What's up everybody, Tabby Vector here, and today I'm playing an IL-2 Soviet bomber. And usually when I play Soviet or anything simulator related, I usually fall and crash before I lift off. But since this was a bomber and you start in the air, where you could actually start in the ground, but I didn't want to like take my chances, I thought I was like going to have a chance of actually doing something. And of course I got a mission that as you can see, you can't really see so much. And yeah, I'm just going back and forward here, seeing who's on and how many is on and so on. For a second I thought I was like saw somebody I knew. But one thing you have to know in Simulator Battle, if you have not tried to play it, I recommend you trying it, because you get a new perspective of what's how the game is in general, dynamic, and your ship and how heavy, no, not your ship, your plane, how heavy it is and so on. And this game is supposed to be played with controller, but I gotta give it to Ganjin Entertainment that they really give you an interesting perspective of handling even with a mouse. And everything I do here is with a mouse. The only thing I do with on the keyboard is wheel, brake, flaps, and boost, throttle, and starting the engine and so on. But one thing you have to look for, since you can't actually see what the base is or the vehicles, because they are just small dots on the map, I was going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth into the map all the time. So yeah, it's kinda terrifying just waiting. Another thing you have to be careful also, don't drop the bomb on the wrong person, like the allies, because that would be a big no-no. And I was like, yeah, a couple of times I was like, oh, enemies down there, I'm gonna drop bombs, and then I just look at the map for a second and I go, oh no, they are friendlies, do not drop bomb now. And especially when the guys, I dropped the bomb here, but I was like, please do not hit the allies, because I was like, on the map they look very far away, but when you are as high as I am, it's not very much distance, and the bomb spreads in a certain way, since it's not guided. Well, very few bombs at that era was bombed, but anyway, continuing looking for the base on my little aim and on the map, going back and forth and writing a lot of things with people on the chat, because somebody in their wrong head had decided to go into this event not looking at that this was actually a simulator match. I mean, how can you not discover that you're in a simulator match since you're only first person? It should be like the first clue ever, like hello. But anyway, he was like, one dude was chatting about, I can't find any targets anywhere, and I'm going, yeah, you have to actually see them, and you have to see them with the naked eye, and I go, yep, that's you do, and that is hard, especially when if you're far away, enough away. Most people that play simulator matches know this, or simulator things in general knows that the only way you can see an enemy is when you're like smack in between, like in front of him or behind him. But before that you can't see if it's an ally or not. But I like how they do this also, because it makes you the game more tense and more like you can end up playing for 40 or 50 minutes because there ain't no timer. And every minute is like, what was that sound? I heard somebody just past me. Oh my god, please tell me that's an ally. Where? And then you finally see it, and you, oh god, okay, it's only an ally going back to base to refuel or something. You're going, god, so fucking terrified. So I'm going back and forth like in my head, and I'm terrified as hell, cause I know there's a lot of guys out there that want to blow me to Kingdom Come, cause I'm not like a small target either. I'm like, hello, here I am, big drag queen and all, in the sky, and yeah, being a big noob, trying for the first time to fly a bomber in simulator match. I'm actually glad I don't have that noob sign above the plane. Bang, 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 bang. This is the first time this guy has trying this with a bomber. Get him, boys. That would be awkward. But the good news is that I at least hit some of the targets now. I didn't destroy a target, but I was halfway. So returning to base to refuel and try my worst nightmare ever, land a bomber on a tiny airfield. And I have trouble landing a fighter or an attacker, a Yak or a Hurricane, or I know that's not a Soviet plane, but still, that's the only two planes I can think of for the moment. Regardless, was going back, and this is gonna take a long time. And the reason I'm uploading this whole video instead of just cutting it out, I want to let people experience the whole terrifying almost an hour experience I had playing my first battle as a bomber in this mode. Nevertheless, regardless of how it ends, as you will see in a very, very long time, and I'm actually surprised how I don't want to say I did well, but I don't want to say be judgmental to myself, because usually I'm just going, oh my god, it's a fucking house, and crash before I lift off. So yeah, it's that. I'm in the air, high up, no bombs, no guns in the front. I wish that's the bad thing about the IL. It doesn't have any like guns to protect himself in front. Of course you have a gunner under the plane, and you have a gunner behind the plane, so you are somewhat protected against the gunners. There are 3 gunners. I haven't quite found out where the third one is still, but he is somewhere there, and it is terrifying. That I know. But yeah, anyway, back to the they can protect you, semi-protect you in some way, but I wish I could have like at least some degree of defense in front, so I could, if Yahoo decided to like try to get me and go in front of me, I could just surprise motherfucker, I'm gonna get you. But no, I'm just like, oh great, you're in front of me, I can't do anything. The only thing I can do is take a loop now and hope for the hell of God I don't lag, like every wing and my engine dies on me, and I'm like a bloody beacon of targets for you to shoot down. But nevertheless, now I was looking for the base, and I didn't find it at first. I was like looking around forever, because the base is, you can probably see it at first sight now, as I watch this as well. This is like after recording. Well, you probably know that already, but I couldn't fucking find it. I was like, where the hell is this motherfucking base? I'm like all over here, but I couldn't see it, and I have to see it before I go down, because or else I would be like a beacon for the like easy targets, because people like the planes have to fly very high to get up where the distance where I am. And not only that, I know for a fact if you fly if you fly faster than 640 kilometers an hour in a fighter, your wings will break off. They just tear off. Well, but of course, what you expect with planes made of tin metal and for the most part cloth and paper protection around it. It's hell, I think it's fucking impressive. These things actually lift off. Of course, okay. Most planes like these bombers most likely had not cloth on it, but a lot of planes in the World War II era had like very slim to none protection. But that's also the reason they survived so much bullets through their wings. Of course, I can be completely mistaken here, because I'm not a buffer. I don't read all day in history. I should though. I should really go and read a lot history. I'm actually considering doing that on this plane, getting more information and making a review of this IL-2, because I think it's handled quite beautiful, considering how I swirl back and forth, and it doesn't take much to get it back to in the right like wave, I suppose, in the right direction to land. And considering how heavy it is, those engines, oh my god, could you imagine having one of those like a fan? Oh, your whole house would blow away. Seriously, I would imagine if you stacked one of those propellers next to your house, if your house is not a fortress, your house would blow away. But regardless, me chatting and talking and looking for that base, which I cannot see. I think I've seen it now, but I am not sure. Going back and forward. Is the base? Yes, that is the base, ain't it? As you can see, it's like very, very. No, it's not the base. Where the hell is the base? I'm glad that this thing has a lot of fuel, cause yeah. But if you watch this so far, me rambling about God knows anything and nothing, if you like to see a version of this without me yabbling about, please pop it up in the comment below, and I will comply and upload a silent version. Well, a silent version other than me saying hello and all and goodbye. Anyway, yes. Let's see if I can find that base now. Terrified because I'm not going out of fuel, and I'm not terrified that I'm gonna crash. Well, I'm actually terrified I'm gonna crash, but I'm so high up still that I don't have any problem with it. I'm just utterly confused since I seem to be missing the airfield all the time. The reason I missed the airfield all the time, and this is a kicker, I flew over it, and when I began to look, I just flew over it. And I'm going, is this, this guy was standing on the airfield all the map, he didn't move once, but I thank him for standing there, cause if he hadn't, I would probably just flew over it, in my head thinking this was just another road. Because before you actually get real close to the ground, you can go see, oh yeah, that is an airfield. But because of the ice and the snow, you can't actually see the markings of an airfield, which is quite good. It's a camouflage and all. But look at that landing. I actually landed without crashing anything in my fucking plane. I'm so proud. You have no idea how immensely proud I was of that landing. It was like an spiritual orgasm. Pun intended. Anyway. Now just waiting for refuel. Oh, not really refuel. It says give me refuel, but I got a lot of fuel. But ammo. Couple of bombs. Almost a dozen of bombs. To go and take a target off.
Just a little more effort, and victory will surely be ours. Wonderful!
As you also can see, I'm taking out the scenery. The scenery in this game is beautiful. Like, sure, it's not like the greatest as the planes are in the graphic, but they have considered like taking details on the grass, on the houses, on the roads, on the fields, trying to make it as authentic as they can to wherever it is. And down there you can see a fight going on, a furry battle with 2 tanks, or a couple of tanks actually. And just how tiny and insignificant, whatever that word is. Yeah, me and being a noob in English also. And how tiny and carefree you are. You're high up here. Of course, the shells can hit you if they aim at you, but they didn't. They was too busy blowing each other up. In realistic battle, you have now combined forces, which is awesome. You can have a plane and you can have tank or AA or whatever you prefer. I thought I never would say this, but I'm so much looking forward to whenever simulator matches, battles, get the opportunity to have the same possibility. Like here. Then I can actually, well, you can play a tank. Can you imagine this large of a field and a tank have to cross all over different like layers? It would be fucking like immensely fun. Like it's like you're playing in a single player game that you have to go from distant A to distant B, C, D, E, F, G up to, I don't know, Z. Okay, that's probably overkill, but. And here this plane, he was actually terrifying me. Where the hell, what are you going after? I'm like, because if you're near here, it's a very big possibility there's an enemy plane as well. And I don't want to get killed by an enemy plane. Because I'm a very easy target. But it looks like he was just passing by. Regardless, finding the target. And I'm looking now for a ground target, cause that takes a bit of health. And looky here, what do we have here? It's a ground target. Thank you something for giving me. And please hit. Come on. Drop. Pray to God that that will do the trick. And now just wait. And wait. Here we go. Some more.
A little more effort, and victory will be ours.
And no. Not quite. So yeah. That was disappointing. But I hit something at least. What you expect by 100 bombs? Oh, not 100 bombs. Blow the fucking things off. 10 bombs on 100 kilos each. I probably missed 4 or 5. I would assume. Actually, I would be surprised if actually I hit only 2. And now the flag begins. And it begins hard. And to like wave around this nightmare. And I hear gunfire also, and that's worrying me. I'm going, where the hell is that gunfire coming from? Where is that plane? and I have to like go into third person. Thank you, I can go. And then the game begin to like complain. And this is like, what the hell do you expect me to do? I'm only one fucking plane, or like a bomber. It's only how that much I can do. Quit nagging at me, goddammit. And the game continued nagging like that for ages to me. You're holding up the objective. It's the reason we're gonna lose and all that and so forth. And I was like, yeah. Thank you, I know. But I'm trying my best. But yeah. I think this game should at least give you like I know this is still a beta, and this had been in a beta in in over 2 years. So, but if they could implement, if for some reason any high tier Ganjan entertainment people watch this, put in a force something that at least 2 or 3 bombers in a bomber mission, where bombers are vital to completing the mission. Like, give them so that the game doesn't take 55 minutes to complete, because we only have one bomber that's also a big noob. Hello! So yeah, that would be something, a force set or something to so this doesn't happen. One bomber is forced to do all the work, and that's okay. If I had like 1,000 kilos bomb on me instead of 10 small ones, I could probably take the damage, take it in one go. But I didn't know that, like, because I never played this before. Regardless, going back again to the supply.
I need cover. I agree. A little more effort and victory will be yours. Let's keep the pressure on. Victory is close.
And now try to land again. This big beast of metal. And every time I do this, I am terrified that I'm gonna do one mistake and I end up either wrecking my tail off, blowing my wings off, or worse for wear, blow my engine off, and then I'm dead. I'm like just standing there. Great. So breathe in, breathe out, breathe in. This is going to go well. And apparently, as far as I have understanding of it, as long as you stay above that one line, I can be mistaken, but as long as you have the mouse button or higher, the dot higher than the line, you will do fine when landing. Of course, I can be mistaken, but that is what my reasoning of what I'm doing right or wrong. Very happy that I landed. Now resupply and wait for my go again. And there you have it. Some guy decided to, or managed to kill the last enemy player, and we won. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed my very long and somewhat slow, but terrifying, for me at least, first completed and victory simulator battle with an IL-2 bomber, which I'm pleased with. So I'm gonna continue playing that thing. Anyway, catch you next time, and see you in the air.